Good evening. I'm one of the people, and this is Press On. On this week's episode, we're going to delve into a subject that isn't talked about very much. But unfortunately, our kids are dying on the streets, and it's time that somebody face the truth. This is all too familiar of a scene. Many of us have even been in a position just like this before. This sheriff's deputy appears to be writing a ticket to one of the people, and it's easy to explain this away as simple extortion. But in this case, this heroic officer has literally saved this young man from death's doors and countless others from dying on the streets. These are not paid actors. In this episode, we're going to discuss just exactly what happened here this day. But we're going to hear it from the ones that are involved. What's your name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Sir.
Yeah. Deputy J. Wolf. What's your badge number?
14506.
All right. Can I ask you what you pulled him over for? Stop. On second thought, maybe we should see what Anthony has to say for himself. Do you mind talking to me for a moment? Yeah. What'd you do, Anthony? What'd you do?
My license plate isn't displayed.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure that I remember seeing a license plate. Let's go back and check, just for old time's sake. What do you say? Is that a license plate? Is that a license plate or not? It doesn't sound like we're getting the whole story. Anthony? Anthony.
My license plate isn't displayed.
On the
I got
front?
this car a couple months ago, and it was an out-of-state one.
It's just on the back, but not on the
It's
front?
on the back, and in Texas it has to be on both, and I just haven't had the time to do it.
Oh, I see. You can do it from behind, but you can't do it from the front. Kids these days. It's just on the back, but not on the
It's
front?
on the back, and in Texas it has to be on both, and I just haven't had the time to do it.
Oh, you didn't have the time? Well, let me help you with that. It's 421. And that's chronic tardiness.
Give me a warning for the license plate.
A warning? Anthony, I promised my viewers some real life lessons here. I hope he escalated things. Please tell me that he escalated things, right? He did escalate things, right, Anthony?
And then while he was over here, he saw the tint was too dark.
Wait, what? You're driving while tinted? And he let you go? Do you understand how dangerous that is? How many people die every year? Let me tell you right now, Anthony, it's billions and millions of people die while driving tinted. And that's just in this country. Billions and millions. How tinted were you, Anthony? How tinted? I want to know. The people want to know. What has become of our society?
13, and it's supposed to be 25.
13? The legal limit is 25, man. That's insane. That's how people die. People are getting killed with tint that high. That's too much tint. Too much tint. My God, you need to cut back on the tint. It's okay in moderation, but if you can't handle your tint, man, get off the road.
And he's like, the people who, because I have my registration, and he's like, the people who did it should have caught that. So.
Oh,
like,
at the
like
inspection?
On the inspection.
Yeah. So it's always somebody else's fault, right? They were supposed to catch it in the inspection. But let me tell you something, Anthony. Friends don't let friends drive tinty. Okay? But that's no excuse for your actions. And you're going to have to pay the price. You are going to have to pay the price for your tintedness.
Yeah, he gave me a ticket. He said I don't have to pay it if I like show him the receipt for getting it fixed or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay all right. There's no take back seats. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn your lesson. You better not have taken that tint with him over there. That's probably why you're in this mess in the first place. It's because, well, there's tintiness going on. I want to know what you've learned from this experience, Anthony.
Like every time I've interacted with a police officer, as long as I'm acting respectfully,
Uh-huh.
I've had no problem. Like with him, I shook
Sure.
his hand afterwards because he was perfectly nice to me. He explained to me
Sure.
how to get everything fixed.
Sure.
And then one time I got pulled over for light being out on my car, and they were just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a warning because it's behind you. Like obviously you can't see."
Sure.
So it's like every time I've had an interaction so far with the officer, it's like it's been perfectly fine because I've been respectful.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? I guess I couldn't see that because of my lack of tint. But you're going to be respectful. I see. I think I see what's going on here now. Now it's coming clear. Tell me this, Anthony. Who has tint ever really hurt?
I mean, it's not the fact that the tint can hurt somebody. It's just it's safety for them. Like when people pull them over and stuff like that.
Right, for
You know
their
what I'm saying?
safety.
For their safety.
So they're protecting themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's a safety issue, you say. Where on God's green earth did you get that idea?
I've seen things go, like seen videos of like people get pulled over and have like windows tinted and then
The officer gets shot?
Yeah.
That's enough. Stop the truck. I can't take it anymore. Okay, what we have here is a serious case of the copsuckers. All right? Essentially, you're working with Stockholm Syndrome. You've identified with your captors. Snap out of it. Break free. You can do it. We're going to reset, start all over with a bing and a bang. And we're going to show you how the people do it. Yeah. Right? Pressing on for our rights. Pressing forward. Assembling. We got a Williamson County Sheriff here pulling over a private automobile. What looks like one of the people. I think he might have disarmed him. I'm not 100% positive, but it looked like he just put a gun in his passenger seat. Now this officer appears to be headed over for a little cop sucking session. You know, never fails. These tyrants / gangbangers / thugs / bullies / traitors always have time for a little cop sucking. So, you know, every time somebody gets stopped and they're engaged in their constitutionally protected right to bear arms, the Second Amendment, for some reason, these gangbangers / traitors decide that for their safety, they're just going to infringe on your rights real quick. You don't mind, right? You know, no big deal. It's just your rights, just your Second Amendment. And they already canceled out the First Amendment when they pulled you over, and they took away your right to press on, to assemble forth, to re-legion into an army of one.
But of course, if you don't know your rights, then you have nothing but the right to copsuck. You know, and you can see where that gets you. You know, once you lose your high ground, you can never get it back. Once you suck cop, you can never unsuck a cop, ever. You are forever a copsucker. Is that what you want for yourself? Is that what you want for your children? Just sucking cop all the time?
They already took away your right to amble and assumed that you are a person subject to their authority and could be seized as per the Fifth Amendment. You know, the Fourth Amendment says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. So clearly, that was the first time that the word person was used in the Constitution, and it was used in conjunction with the word people. And so since the word people and person are both in the same sentence, clearly they have different meanings. The people, the right of the people. So the people have the right. The persons, they're in the same group as houses, papers, and effects, which are all things that can be owned, bought, and sold. You can't own one of the people. You can't buy or sell one of the people. But a person is owned, as in their person, T-H-E-I-R. No warrant shall issue except upon probable cause, particularly describing the places to be searched and or persons to be seized. So a person can be seized, which this trader seems to have seized one of the people here, not a person. You know, absent a crime involving a victim, then there's other ways to be in your person if you're using the roads for profit or personal gain, like a taxi cab or a big rig driver. Or if you work for the government, then you are a person and you agree. Or if you're an immigrant, even if you're a citizen immigrant, you still had to ask the government for permission to be a citizen, permission to enter the country. But if you were born here, then you're one of the people. And if you're not engaged in commerce, or you don't work for the government, or you're not in the military, and you haven't committed a crime involving a victim, then there's no reason for you to be stopped while you're in the pursuit of happiness on your property. He is getting a ticket for something.
Oh, see? After all that cop sucking, what's he left with? A ticket. I guess maybe he can use that ticket to wipe off some of that cop dribble from his mouth. You know? That's the thanks he gets for sucking cop. He doesn't even get off.
I mean, you have a right to those roads. You know, you're not,
Yeah, I mean,
you're
like,
one of the
thing
people.
is mainly a safety thing for them, though. It's
Yeah,
like,
but nobody was injured.
yeah, no one was injured. But I mean, like,
How can your tent hurt somebody?
I mean, it's not the fact that the tent can hurt somebody. It's just it's safety for them. Like when people pull them over, stuff like that.
Right, for
You know
their
what I'm saying?
safety.
For their safety. I
So
mean,
they're protecting themselves.
yeah.
Right.
Next time, Anthony, leave your CSLs at home, otherwise known as cop sucking lips, and why don't you get out a copy of the Constitution and study up? And maybe next time, this won't happen to you. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, spread the word.